Hello, it's Jim Games here once again and welcome to this new Unreal Engine 5 tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to use these landscape tools. So I will show you how to sculpt this landscape like this and also how to paint different layers. So you can, for example, paint this road here or whatever. Like this, you can paint whatever you want. So yeah, let's get started. So what I have done here is I have just created a new third-person project and I have added the starter content. If you don't have these starter contents here, you can do it or add them by clicking add and going to the add feature or content pack, and here under the content you have the starter content. Add to project. Okay, the next thing is we want to create a new level. Let's create maybe basic. Here we can just delete this floor. And next thing is we want to actually quickly create a landscape material. So let's go to our starter content and to the materials. And let's, for example, select this ground grass. Let's open it. So what we want to do here is we want to select our material and we want to click use material attributes, make it true. Now we have to move this right here and we want to get from this and we want to get a landscape layer blend like this. Now let's add two new layers. First one, let's call it like grass, and the second one, let's call it like dirt, or it doesn't matter. Now what we want to do is we want to get from the layer grass and we want to make material attributes like this. Okay, and now we want to connect our this lerp, which was connected to the base color. We want to connect it back to the base color, and this we want to connect back to the roughness. It was there, and down here we want to connect this to the normal like that. Okay, let's actually move this a little bit further. Now, how we can get another material here is we want to move this next to our level and we want to open our another material that we want to use. So maybe this ground gravel, let's open it. Now let's copy everything here. We don't actually have to copy this, but it doesn't matter. So when you have selected it, Control and C, let's go back to here. Let's find some empty space. Let's click and press Control and V. Now it pastes the whole material here. So let's move it down here. And now we want to make material attributes again. The first one will go to the base color. The second one here will go, I think it was there at the roughness, of course, on the roughness, and this bottom one will go to the normal. Now we want to connect this node back to here to our layer blend, layer dirt, like that. So we're basically just connecting these two materials to one by this layer blend node. Okay, now we want to apply and also save. All right, now we can actually close these materials, and this gravel we don't have to even save because we just copied things from it. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to go to the landscape mode, and here we have two options: create new or import from file. If we go to the import from file, we can import height maps or stuff like that, but for now we're creating our own landscape. Okay, now we can select our material, which is the where is it? Here, ground grass. Okay, material ground grass. Okay, and here on the location, rotation, and scale, we don't have to change anything. And these all things change the landscape size. And this will fill your whole world like this. You can see everything is basically maxed. Now, when we click Control and Set, we get it back to the normal and we just create. Now we have this nice black material here. What we want to do now is we want to go to the paint and we want to select our grass layer and we want to click here, create layer info. Weight, blended layer, normal. And let's save it to the starter content and to the materials. Okay, now after the shaders have compiled, you will see this landscape with this nice grass material. Okay, so let's actually also create the layer info for the dirt. Weight, blended layer, and we'll save it to the same place. Starter content and to the materials. Let's create. Okay. So now, what we can do here, if we go to the sculpt mode. So here on the sculpt, we have this first sculpt tool, and we have these 4 different brush types. The first one is this normal, and you have different fall-offs for this. So this sharper edge and this not so sharp edge and this very sharp edge, like this. Okay, and then Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, like that. And here you can change the strength, which basically means how. If you put it to the 1, it will make it a lot faster. If you make it like 0.136, it will be a lot slower. So you can make like more accurate like adjustments if you have to. Okay, and this is the brush size, like this. If you make it very small, it will just do this very small hill. Okay, and here you can change the fall off. So the fall off is basically from the middle of the brush to the corner, how fast it falls. So if we put it to the 0, it will be this straight edged thing that doesn't look that good. Okay, but with this we can play with it however we want. Okay, and now here on the erase, well, what this does is this also has these different fall-offs, but what this does is this basically changes the landscape back to the normal, not instantly, but like slowly, like this. It will set it back to the 0. There's also one more tool that you can use on the sculpt. If you keep shift pressed, it will do this to the other direction, so it will make it lower, but it doesn't erase it like the erase tool. It will give you a hole like this, and you can erase the hills with this or the holes. It will erase anything back to the normal. Okay, the smooth is simple. If you select it and you go, for example, over this, it will smooth it out like that. So it's not that sharp anymore. Flatten, it will make it flat, and it will start flattening it from the point where your mouse is when you start applying it. So for example, if I click here, it will start from here. If I click from here, it will start from here. Okay, and the ramp tool is nice. I will show you. You can, for example, click from here and click from here. Now you can see it is trying to create this ramp here. If we move this up like that, now we are going to create a ramp like this. When I click add ramp, it will look like this. But there are a few options or settings. I will click Ctrl Z to get it back, or like to reset it. Here, ramp width, you can change the width of the ramp. Also the side fall off. If you make it 0, it will be like this. And if we make it 1, it will be like this. So it will be smooth basically. So you can play with it like that. Okay, the noise, I will explain that also quickly. The noise is just some, if we change the brush size to bigger, and here you can change the tool strength. If we put this to like this, you can see it will start to create this random. It will basically just randomize the tool. So you can create all kind of random landscapes like this. But yeah, now I will quickly show you how to paint some different layers. So here on the layers, let's select our dirt layer. Actually, I think I created this already. Dirt layer info, I will move it there. Okay, I will create a new one. To the starter content and to the materials. Okay, I will have to change the name, dirt to layer info. Okay, so how we can paint this dirt layer here. We want to click on that, and now here on the paint we can change the tool strength and the brush size. Let's make it 1000. Now when we get closer here, it will compile the shaders, but we can actually start painting this landscape with the different brushes. This is not looking very good, but yeah. So we can actually like paint these hills to be rocky like this. Also maybe here. Yeah. And you can paint like roads and stuff like that. So let's make the strength a little bit bigger. Also, let's change, actually that's good. Let's change the brush size a little bit smaller. And now we can paint roads, for example. Like this. Okay, these are not the best looking, but you can see what I mean. So yeah. I think that was actually all for this video. If you like what you saw, please click the like button and subscribe for more. And yeah, hope you have a great day and see you in the next one.